I'm Dr. Nicola with Pura Vida, and today I wanted to talk about migraines because for a whole host of reasons. One, because when something's coming through my field over and over and over again, it's usually because it's up in the collective. So if you've been suffering from migraines, I want you to know that there is solutions available. There are solutions available for you. And the other reason I wanted to bring it up today is because the way that each of these people with migraines presented was totally different. So no two people were manifesting migraines in the same way. And therefore, it was really important to understand the origins, what was going on that was causing the body to manifest as a migraine. And I think that when we can use the same label for a condition, we often assume that the treatment is going to be the same. And that couldn't be farther from the truth. And maybe part of what has been going on for you as you've been seeking treatment for whatever issue or ailment you are working with, and that maybe you haven't gotten the results that you were hoping for. Well, maybe it's time to step out of the box and ask some deeper questions. So, for example, in these migraines, one was related to food allergies, another was related to female reproductive hormones and the onset of menses. Another was related to muscle tension and a deficiency of magnesium in the body. Another was weather related and actually came in. We've been having a lot of weather in the spring in Durango, spring and summer. And so every time a storm system was coming through, there was a barometric piece that was going on. So you can see how wild and varied these origins are for these ailments, even though if we went to a typical doctor, they might just put it in the category of migraines and say, well, Imitrex is the pharmaceutical that we have for migraines, and this is what you do. I actually treated them wildly different depending on what was going on. So for the ones that were related to hormones, then we had to really start working on balancing the hormone issues, and that can take some time. That can take a few months, and so I expected the results to be different. The one that was related to intense muscle tension throughout the body, I expected to see results really, really quickly and treated accordingly. And sure enough, within a couple of days, he was having daily migraines. So within a couple of days, his migraines were much better. I just checked in with him yesterday. He hasn't had one in a week. We've only been working together for a couple of weeks, and so I expect that treatment to be very quick. And so this, for me, illustrates the beauty and power of naturopathic medicine, and that some of the tenets of our core philosophy, which is treat the cause. So if we don't understand why this is popping up in this body in this moment, then it's going to make it more difficult to treat and to treat the whole person. So just because we're maybe manifesting symptoms in the head in the form of an intense headache, it doesn't mean that we don't want to look at these other systems around how people are sleeping, how they're digesting. So for the food allergies, right, there were some other clues that the migraines were an inflammatory response related to something consumed. So we want to look at digestion. We want to look at reproductive hormones and menses and cycles and things like that. We want to look at stress. We want to look at how does the overall body feel. Oh, well, I have a lot of muscle tension, through my head and neck all the time, and it gets really bad when I'm emotionally stressed. Okay, let's talk about is your body tending towards such stress and tension, and then what is triggering the emotional stress that's pushing somebody over into manifesting migraines, for example. So again, we want to ask these deeper questions and really invite curiosity into the treatment room because the human body is so vast and so wild and so wonderful that we can't possibly begin to think that we have seen this before. Even if we've seen a similar presentation or a similar type person, we really want to be looking at the unique composition of what's here in this moment. And I had two teenagers. One was willing to do a bunch of supplements and could take pills, and that wasn't an issue. The other teen was not really interested in doing any of that and was not really interested in doing any of the dietary changes. So we get to blend and move. And so that's what I love about being a naturopathic doctor, is that I have so many tools in the toolbox, from homeopathy to herbs to nutrition to amino acids to mind body medicine and all the internal family systems and golden heart wisdom work that I've incorporated into my practice. So it's really nice to have access to a wide variety of tools so that your practitioner can really meet you where you're at in order to help you understand what's happening in the body, get back into alignment, and then allow the body to release that expression of the symptom because it's no longer necessary. We've treated the underlying cause. That is the reason your body manifested the symptom in the first place. I want to remind you again that the body is not a haywire set of symptoms that just randomly manifests. It is always coming to the surface. Symptoms are always coming to the surface, physical, mental, or emotional, because of some reason. They are your body's way of getting your attention. So we never want to just try to make those symptoms go away pharmaceutically or naturally. We want to really work with the body to understand why it's expressing in this way and what can we offer to support the body so that it can release that tendency to be symptomatic. If you're interested in playing with me and kind of exploring your own health, or if you've been finding limitations in your own healthcare avenues that you've been pursuing, please send me a message, make a comment. I'd love to connect with you, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for being here. Bye bye.